Okay, hello. In this video we're going to learn how to display some journal entries or create a custom report so we can see the journal entries that QuickBooks has been creating as we've been working along in the system. So again, we start from the home screen as we do in most cases, and we'll go up to the reports window at the top, or the menu at the top, and you'll notice that there are numerous reports that are available in QuickBooks. It's one of the advantages of using a computerized accounting system is once you've inputted all of the data either through customer invoices and payments and returns and all of your transactions, you can then use that data to run numerous reports that help you as a business owner make business decisions. So there are many reports that are available to you. In our course, we'll be using the Accountant and Taxes section a fair bit, and that's where we'll go to look at some of the reports. You'll be asked to print some reports, not necessarily print. I think I probably will ask you to save it as a PDF and upload it to a Dropbox. I try to avoid printing whenever I can. So if you needed a trial balance or a general ledger, transaction detail by account, you would go into that Accountant and Taxes. We just want to look at the journal entries that we created in the last couple of days for this company. So we're going to go to a custom report and transaction detail. And then a dialog box opens that allows us to customize this particular report. We can tell it specifically the dates that we want it to print. Now remember, when we opened, originally we opened the Sparkles company, the date was 2007 and we've been changing it. So we have been working just for a few days in this company file. So we're going to type the date in as March 3rd, 2015 to March 14th, 2015. And that should capture all of the activity that we've done so far, so that we can look at all of the transactions that have been recorded from the forms that we have used in the system. We could further customize this report if we want, but we're just going to use all of the defaults that are set up, and then just click OK, and then we can see what the report looks like in terms of detail, and there is none. So, because I put the dates in backwards, 03/03 2015 to 03/14. So, good lesson for all of us on how important those dates are. I must have reversed them when I was typing them in, and if you were watching, you probably noticed that when I was typing them in. So the dates are in wrong, so let's refresh, and there it is. Awesome. All right, so let's have a look at this for a minute. Everything that we did in every form so far has been recorded as a journal entry, which is what we did in the first half of our course. We did everything manually, so every time there was an activity or a transaction that took place in the company, we had to record that as a debit or a credit, and each activity had a debit and a credit, right, from the first half of our course. Well, we still do that, or QuickBooks still does that, but it does it in the background. So we fill in a form to pay an invoice, and the journal entries are recorded in the background. And you can see all of those journal entries that we've done. So for instance, the sales discount of $58, and there's your expense debited of $58, right? And the matching credit of $58. Any of these columns, if you want to widen them so you can read the rest, you'll notice that there's a little diamond between each one. You just click on the diamond and you drag it out. So sometimes if you want to see the proper name of the account, you need to widen that a bit. You want to be careful that you don't go too wide, so that when you print the report, you want to make sure that your report still lands on one page. And you can create a setting when you print it to tell the computer to print it on one page, which is important for you to do, because I don't want to have to be scrolling from page to page looking for your columns and the amounts. So you'll see that by running your custom transaction detail report, you will see all of the transactions that were created in the background on everything that you did. The invoice you created for JL Jewelers, so it creates not only the revenue from sales, but the cost of inventory sold. It creates all of those HST payable, creates all of those transactions, all of those journal entries that we would have done by hand if we were still doing accounting that way. So you can choose from the reports menu many different reports. You often will need to choose the one that we just did, the transaction detail for a particular period in time. That's how I will be able to look and see if you have created your invoices correctly, paid your bills correctly, and if your balances are what they're supposed to be when you're working on assignments and tests. So you'll be using that one a lot. There'll be other forms that you'll use as well. Once you've got the form created, you can save it, you can print it. Likely you will save it as a PDF, so that you can then upload the PDF to the Dropbox. That'll make more sense for me. So that's what you need to do in order to create and save a report in QuickBooks.